Now that you have these fine qualities written down, keep them before you always. Put them where you see them, always. Like in your cupboard, the door, the glass cupboard door, whatever. Put it in there. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom. Put it in your car on the glove box, you know. Just tape it on there. It's great. Let the kids see them too. That's wonderful. Thank God for your husband. Add to them. Focus on them. Always. When you're picking up his socks, think about his tens. Or when you're picking up his socks, think about his tens. When you're cleaning up after him, focus on his tens. And the peace of God will be with you. He will. He'll be with you, and he keeps his promises. Because first, he brought peace into our house. I wasn't mad anymore. I wasn't nagging anymore. I was content. Yes, I was still closing his drawers, but my heart was softening as I prayed for my husband. I saw that he wasn't intentionally leaving his drawers open. He just didn't think about it. He didn't intend to leave a mess in the kitchen. He didn't see it. In fact, he didn't see it when I left a mess in the kitchen. So that was kind of a good thing, actually. God was creating in me a new heart, a clean heart, one filled with clean thoughts and right desires. That's Psalm 51:10. I continued to gently close the drawers day after day. And then Brian finally noticed a difference in my behavior. It took a little while. But he noticed a difference, and one day he apologized for leaving the drawers open. I was like, that's okay. I close them, and I say a prayer for you, and I think about all your good qualities as I close the doors. And he looked at me like, okay. So, wouldn't you know, Ryan started closing the drawers. I was losing some of my prayer time, ladies. Now, there was still, not all my prayer time, because there was still the clothes on the floor by the hamper, and just kind of slung over there. But you know what? We started talking about that too. And we decided that we moved the hamper out of our bedroom into the hallway where the kids could get it too. And we both slung our clothes into a pile. And in the morning, I just picked them all up together, so I wasn't going around picking up. It was just all together, and I put them in the hamper. It worked really well. We can still do that. Obedience. Obedience in this one thing brought peace to our house. Obedience began to renew our love. It was the beginning of a process of renewal with God as well. As a result of my obedience in applying God's word, God refocused my thoughts as I closed each of those drawers. I saw God at work in my heart, in my husband's heart, and in our attitudes. It made me think about the whatevers. And it made me see that God was the fulfillment of that verse. God is true. God is noble. He is right and pure. He is lovely and admirable. He is excellent and worthy of our praise. I began to make time for prayer and Bible study, and if I missed a day, I didn't feel guilty. Instead, I felt sad for the time that I missed with him. Spending time in his word was refreshing and exciting. All those years, I read my Bible all those years, through all that time. But his word was refreshing, and I learned so much more. I was learning new things. It was fresh and insightful. focus on his tens. And let God make your husband into the man that he desires him to be. And make you